Ooh, Bayonetta's back, baby! 2022 was a good-ass year for video games. I didn't play most of the shit that came out. I spent a lot of time going back and playing games that I haven't played. I went through Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5, all within the span of a couple months, and got to really understand this series that is so influential and beloved to a lot of people. I also got to replay Bayonetta 2, which, surprisingly, on first playthrough, I was like, yeah, this game's okay. But now, I feel like I ate fucking good this year. As a Bayonetta fan, I was so excited for Bayonetta 3. Like, I have been playing these games since around the time the first Bayonetta came out, and then I played Bayonetta 2 when it first came out, got a Wii U for it and everything, and now I'm finally here at Bayonetta 3, all these years later, all these years of anticipation and hype, and I am very grateful to say that it does live up to all of the hype, and I am so excited to be sharing my thoughts with you guys here today. This is going to be a completely spoiler-free review. It's not going to be talking about any of the story, of course. I feel like Bayonetta games aren't really about the story, but what I will say is that the story here is very big, the scale is grand, but ultimately the story leaves a little to be desired, as is the case for all of these games. But the gameplay has always been the first and foremost thing with these titles, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. And like the last joint, this is going to be a very off-the-cuff, unscripted kind of thing. I'm just gonna do a scattershot kind of quickie review of Bayonetta 3. I fucking love this game. I can't stop thinking about it. Let's just jump into it. Bayonetta in this game feels like she always has. And I don't mean that as a dig to her. She's acrobatic, she's agile, she's insanely capable. She comes with her normal toolkit, her punches, her kicks, her afterburner kicks, your witch twists, etc. And that is fine. She is more than capable with her normal moveset, but I think the real spice in her gameplay comes with all of the shit that they've added. And the biggest addition to Bayonetta's core toolkit in this game are the demon slaves. These are demons that you can form a pact with, each with their own special abilities and their own movement options and their own sometimes weapon types. And these add a insane amount of depth to Bayonetta's current toolkit. You can actually summon these and have them fight on the field with you, alongside you, opening up a fucking ton of options for Bayonetta, which is so crazy. And speaking of options, she also has access to her Demon Wink mechanic in this game too. At the end of her combo string, the screen is going to flash purple, indicating that you can kind of tag in your Demon Slave as a striker, and then it's going to end off that combo with you, kind of clearing the screen a little bit. And while that does sound overpowered, it does give you a leg up on a lot of the mobs in this game. So it does feel like Bayo herself has had many healthy additions to her toolkit, and on top of that, she also has a fucking gorillion amount of weapons in this game. There is so much that Bayonetta can do now, and it feels like she has never been this well-rounded. So I'm very pleased about her specifically in this game. Although, the one thing that I couldn't shake when I played this title is that I feel like I should have played Astral Chain. And now, I don't really know a lot of Astral Chain. I've only seen a couple bits of its gameplay, but it does look like Bayonetta 3's combat has been built off the back of Astral Chain. So much so that the Demon Wink mechanic looks like it was directly lifted from that game, because Platinum Games build on each other with each title, and then like to do little winks and nods at the previous one to indicate, hey, you bought this, you played this, remember this? Well, it's back. And speaking of that, on that last note, I am so happy to see that there are little tiny Devil May Cry references still in Bayonetta. I am so glad that I got to go through that series and then replay the Bayonetta series now with the context of, hey, Kamiya made the first one and kind of influenced the rest of the series very loosely. And he's kind of paying homage to that in a really fun way, which I also enjoy and finally am happy to understand. The next topic I want to quickly touch on is Jean's spy action segments. These are fun. They're quick little maybe 5-minute sections that kind of break up the pace in between levels, with more legally distinct no-nos than you can put a finger on. When I'm talking, they're playing the first couple notes of that Cutie Honey OP. Oh man, these guys are in trouble. I had a lot of fun with these. I like just seeing whatever the game was going to throw at me next. This kind of felt like Platinum was like, alright, well, let's stick a dartboard on the wall and see what we can throw into this game for fun. And honestly, I think it pays off.
Show me the thumbs up! Now! Show it to me! Oh! Oh!
Let's go! Now, the character that I wanted to talk about the most in this game, surprisingly enough, at least to me, I loved Viola. I loved her a lot. As a character, she's really fun. You kind of get the feeling that she's trying too hard to impress literally everyone around her, and she always falls flat on her ass every single time without fail. But she's so earnest that you just kind of feel bad for her. But in combat, I felt that she was the most interesting, because she has that staple platinum learning curve tacked onto her moveset. If you try to play Viola like you play Bayonetta, you're gonna get your fucking ass stomped in. In fact, they put in a beginner's trap verse when you first play her, where you fight a group of angels and you're like, oh yeah, I got this, and then you get your shit stepped in. I don't understand. The main reason why, at least at first, Viola feels so difficult to play is because there is a sense of weight to her combat. Bayonetta, by comparison, is very light on her feet. She's very acrobatic. She can do just about anything that you can think of if you just put your mind to it. Bayo can juggle enemies around, control space very freely, and tack on pressure with little to no problem. Viola struggles with this, and I feel like that's intentional by design. She's not Bayonetta, but she's more than capable. Viola's main means of attack are her little darts, and also her big-ass katana. And her katana has a lot of heft, meaning that you're going to have to commit to a lot of your attacks. Everything has a little bit of ending lag to it, meaning you can't freely cancel out of it like you can, say, a Bayonetta combo. And this leads into Viola's most important mechanic, her witch time. She can only activate Witch Time if you parry with perfect timing. And this is very difficult from the outset. It took a lot of unlearning how I play Bayonetta to really nail this, because you can't parry completely on reaction. You have to look out for your cue, either with the audio or the visual, and then you have to plan for the parry. You can't just continue to slash mid combo, drop it, then parry. It's just not gonna work. You're gonna get your ass handed to you on a silver platter, unfortunately. The more I played Viola, the more I understood that it comes with patience, and it kind of goes against Viola's very loud and brash attitude, but the more I tried to play her hyper-aggressive, the more I was just getting my ass kicked. I really sat down and tried to understand Viola, maybe taking it a little more methodically, and once she opened up to me, it felt fucking amazing. I did also use the Moon of Mahakala to make her playstyle just a little bit more comfier, because that accessory lets you parry in the direction that you tilt the stick in, which means that you can parry pretty comfortably on reaction if you need that safety net. But once I told my brain to stop fucking dodging like I play Bayonetta, Viola felt a lot better. And she's the character that I looked forward to playing as the most, because she has so many fun things in her toolkit. She even has Round Trip from DMC and a lot of other fun little send-ups to that series, which I really, really enjoyed. And one more thing, she's got butt rock for her theme song. Can't go fucking wrong with your Crush 40 type beats. I love Viola so much, man. And with that, I think we are gonna do it for today. I loved Bayonetta 3. Despite its shortcomings, I really do think it is another big achievement for Platinum's big achievement board, despite all of the not big achievements they've had lately. I am very much looking forward to seeing what Platinum comes out with after Bayonetta 3. I feel like the sky's really the limit, and they continue to prove themselves as the top dogs of character action, alongside Capcom with their Devil May Cry series. And again, that's gonna do it for today. I am beyond floored with the reaction from the last video. I am so grateful that so many people stopped by to drop some love and just say something nice to me, or just give me the time of day. I really appreciate it. It really actually inspired me to just come out with another quick video, just because it makes me really happy that people are sitting down and watching my videos. So hey, if you enjoyed this, do the YouTube thing. Like, comment, and the subscribes. I have a couple more things down the pipeline that I just really need to sit down and find the time for. But all in due time. There's just going to be a couple weeks in between caps, unfortunately. I wanted to thank the artist for this video, FireSDArt, for creating the Bayo 3 Himawari variant. My mascot, my beautiful mascot. I love her very much. Based off the concept art from Mari Shimazaki, all of the details and the brushwork insanely cracked. Please drop her a follow in your socials below. With that, this is Joey at Dragon Hustled signing off. Take care of yourselves, stay gold, and I will catch you when I catch you. Good night.